بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد, how to act during a lesson. As a student and seeker of knowledge, one should start early in the day when studying, and the Salaf were very constant and particular in this practice. Abdullah bin Ahmad bin Hanbal narrated that he had his father say, "Sometimes I will want to go out early to hear hadith, so my mother will grab my clothes, saying, 'At least wait for the prayer to be called and the people will wake up.' I will go out early to the classes of Abu Bakr bin Ayash and others, and he will enter his class with full attention, freeing his heart of all distraction. He should greet his fellow student in a clear voice, and he should then greet his sheikh with the extra honor and attention. Then he is to sit down at the outside edge of the circle, and he should not squeeze between his classmates, unless the sheikh or classmate call him to move closer. As Al-Bukhari, may Allah him, reported from Abu Waqid al-Laythi, may Allah please with him, that while the Prophet ﷺ was sitting in the mosque with some people, 3 men came. 2 of them came in front of the Prophet ﷺ, and the direct one went away. The 2 people kept on standing before him for a while, and then one of them found a place in the circle and sat there, while the other sat behind the gathering, and the other one went away. When the Messenger of Allah ﷺ finished his speech, he said, "Shall I tell you about these 3 people? One of them took himself to Allah, so Allah took him into himself. The second fell shy from Allah, and Allah was shy to punish him. And that turned his face from Allah and went away, so Allah likewise turned his face from him. And he shouldn't make anyone get up from his spot. And if anyone takes his spot, he shouldn't take it back unless there is some benefit in doing so. He shouldn't sit in the middle of the circle unless there is a need for this. And he shouldn't sit between 2 companions except with their permission. And he should be close to the sheikh, as he can without annoying anyone, in order to best hear and understand his words. He should use the best manners with his classmates and friends, as this is a manifestation of respect to his sheikh and his class, and the class and lesson is holy, sacred space that is not allowed to be violated. He should sit Allahumma sallim sallim. He should sit with humility and character in the manner of a student, not a teacher. He shouldn't raise his voice often without a reason. Rather he should sit in front of his teacher, fully attentive and listening, and shouldn't precede him in explaining or answering a question. He should begin the lesson by saying, "In the name of Allah, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim." In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful and especially merciful. Praise be to Allah, and peace and prayers be on the messenger and his messenger, his household and companions. Then he should supplicate for the scholars, his teachers, his parents, and the rest of the Muslims. He should be focused on his sheikh, and he shouldn't read or study while his heart is busy with something else. Or if he is bored or tired, he should be insistent in asking questions, and should instead be soft, gentle, and calm when doing so. He shouldn't ask about the question except in the appropriate time and place, but should not be shy from asking the proper questions at the proper time. If the sheikh asks him, "Do you understand?" He should not say yes unless he really does not understand. He really does understand, and he shouldn't be shy from saying, "I don't know" or "I don't understand." Mujahid may Allah said, "Nobody who is either too shy or too arrogant will learn this knowledge." And Aisha, may Allah be with her, said, "How excellent are the women of the Ansar! They did not let their shyness prevent them from learning the religion." Al-Khalil bin Ahmad, may Allah be on him, said that the station of ignorance is between shyness and arrogance. Conclusion: this is what Allah has made possible to clarify in regards to the manners of the knowledge seeker. So it is essential for the seeker that he makes this the first subject of study he set his sign upon, and that he would find himself with these manners, internally and externally, and that he rises to obtaining and collecting this trait and characteristic within himself. I ask Allah, as a poor, humiliated servant who is filled with sins, full of shortcomings, always falling into traps, I ask him to make these manners the prize obtained by every student and seeker of knowledge who has made his intention and concern purely for Allah, and I ask him by his glory and the light of his face, the request of one who is pure, fearful, and weak, that he guide the Muslim to taking from the Quran and Sunnah of his Prophet ﷺ, in a manner that he leaves to no place for innovation or shirk, for he is indeed capable of everything. Glory be to you, and by your praise, O Allah, and I be witness that none is worthy of worship except you. I ask your forgiveness, and I repent unto you. Praise be to Allah firstly and lastly, inwardly and outwardly, and may plenty and complete peace and prayers be upon our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, his household, and his companions. And our final call is that praise is for Allah, the Lord of the world.